He is the Miz, and the Miz has been in the business since I'd say 2006. I feel like when we started watching wrestling again, the Miz started debuting around the same time. And he's been in WWE without any breaks for the past basically 20 years. And he recently had an interview with Chris Van Fleet and mentioned about being given his flowers in wrestling and noting that, Miz said he gets the ones that are half dead from his perspective. And, the Miz having been a part of the roster for some of the biggest moments in, the company's in the past 2 decades of his career, he did capture a lot of championships. I mean, he's had the Intercontinental belt, he's been a tag team champion, he's been a WWE champion, beat John Cena at WrestleMania 27, or retained it, I should say, with a concussion. And while talking to Chris Van Fleet, The Miz, said he feels the respect and he feels it in the locker room. He feels in the crowd. And then, oh, Miz has gotten his flowers, he said. He hears them say. But he says, you know what kind of flowers I get? I get the ones that are half dead that you give me and they're going to die the next day. You don't give me a full bouquet of flowers that are like, here are your flowers. John Cena gets the flowers. I don't get the flowers. I get half dead flowers that are like, here you go. It's the half-assed flowers. So I think The Miz feels a certain way when it comes to respect and I guess a perception of him as a wrestler compared to people who are in his generation, like a John Cena, like a CM Punk, like I don't even like other people, like I even like I guess a Dolph Ziggler, but I would disagree there. But he says he feels a respect in the locker room, but he still calls the and the crowd, and he still calls the praise half-assed. Chris, do you feel like is this Miz just saying in character, or do you think that there's a legitimate argument that fans only praise him as a reliable veteran rather than like an all-time great? And how would you categorize the Miz personally?
I mean, when he was doing his initial run, to be honest, he annoyed me. Every time his music would hit, and you're like, oh, not this guy again. Like, Jesus Christ, not
Reality.
this feud again. Yeah. But like reflecting on all that, I mean, he's very, yeah. I mean, I guess the word would be reliable because he's been there, and it seems like he's willing to work with whatever and whoever to make them look good, or whatever the situation kind of calls for. So um yeah, no, but I would say he's great. I mean, as far as like accomplishments, he's been a champion a couple times. He's been a tag team champ. He's held the world title maybe a few times.
Maybe like
um
once,
was it one time? Universal?
maybe a
Twice.
second, twice.
Twice?
He won it in like 2020.
Oh,
Then
okay. I
lost it to
definitely forgot that one.
Lashley.
Oh, okay.
I would say
Interesting.
in a way he's underrated in that sense. Like he's been there this whole time, and he is this kind of wrestler that people oversee. He's part of the furniture essentially. He's part of the walls. So yeah, I think he deserves more than that at this point, because I mean, like when you really look at it, when you reflect back at his career and what he's kind of done for the what most people would consider the shitty years of WWE. He was there, up there with John Cena, as far as like, you know, holding things together and making things work. So God bless the Miz.
Yeah, David, same question. Like, what do you think? I know you had a bit of a hiatus in like '06 through like 10 and, here and there, but like, what is your perception of the Miz as a wrestler in comparison, let's say, to like a John Cena or, people that are kind of like in that realm, and people who've been wrestling consistently for 20 years, how do you view the Miz?
I feel for like that era, he's definitely like somebody that you should name when you name five people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think
That's a good point.
I so I'd say I started watching Hard again in like 2012, 2013, and like so like I kind of already seen it like my perspective was always just like okay, like he's good, people don't like him, but like I thought he was cool.
Yeah.
And then like I mean he's consistent. His style gets through, can sell up, make either a 10-minute match or 25-minute match. He doesn't have to. He's not he's not the most flashy. Gets the job done. He gets his matches through with like a lot of like emotion, like interaction with the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big
I think
one.
he's a. I think he's a super. I think he's great. Like I think he's a great like bad guy. Um.
Do you think he's underutilized? Like the stuff that they give him, do you feel like he seems to get like he is like the supporting character, and it's like the same thing that I feel for like Natty Neidhart for the women's division. It's like the consistency,
Right.
the elevating other talent, but like they never get like they get the championship, but it sometimes feels like it's a temporary, like you're keeping it warm for somebody else kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like the perception
Yeah.
that I get from the company when they're pushing them for a specific story just feels to be a plot device to serve a bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you think in terms of, either one of you can answer this? Do you feel like The Miz is a victim of his own consistency? Like because he's so rarely injured and he's a safe hand for the company. Do you feel like people take him for granted? You know?
Definitely. I mean, I think he's like, oh, he's always there. Like I said, he's part of the furniture. Who can we, you know, uh propel this specific feud or whatever to make it go further? We got Miz, we got Mike. So,
Mike Mizanin, yeah. I think, well, let's say if he had taken a 5-year break like CM Punk or Cody Rhodes, do you feel like he would receive that full bouquet of flowers like in a return? Like if he was gone for 5 years and then came back, can you see the fans giving him a similar embrace like a Punk or a Cody Rhodes, or
no.
I think so.
a Karrion Cross?
Uh, I think he gets a big pop. Like, I think if 5 years goes by, then like, the average smart wrestling fan or like young adult that goes to wrestling shows is now was now a kid. Like the whole time he was a peak bad guy,
Yeah.
and is starting to understand wrestling and things like that.
How old
Yeah, I
is
mean,
Miz?
he's in his 40s. I don't
Yeah,
know. I know he's for sure in his 40s.
like
He's 45.
yeah,
So he's turning 46 this year. He's born in October. So I mean, he looks great. I think he looks great. He looks like for me, it looks like he's almost hasn't changed. A little couple wrinkles here and there, but like in terms of like consistency, like he is the guy like that is like on WWE television. It's like my comfort food kind of thing. Like I've seen him since I was in 8th grade, and he has never left my realm of wrestling. Like he's always in that kind
yeah,
of conversation. You know what I mean? So I do think the consistency sometimes, if people don't go away for a while and they're still kind of there constantly, I think maybe there is that kind of like, people, that short attention span. People focus on something else. I mean, and the WWE, I mean, they gave him a title run in uh 2000, was it 2011 when it was WrestleMania 27. And then you said they gave him a how long was the title run in 2020? Was it like a 2 months, couple months?
If that, it was short.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, they give him the title run, but it generally lasts like a month or two. I think his longest one was around WrestleMania 27. And I mean, he is a Grand Slam champion twice. Like he ran the thing around twice. You know, he's had the crossover success being part of the real
Marine.
world. And the Marine, yeah, 4, 5, and 6, I think. You know, I do think there is a genuine conversation that I think he is underrated. I do think he's underappreciated. I think people like you said, Chris, I mean part of the furniture, I think that's a good description to describe. I mean like to characterize it because it is like a consistent thing and there are some highlights too. I mean there are things that kind of make him stick out with the title runs, of course, but even like with I remember specifically because I wasn't really watching, but that whole SmackDown talking smack with Daniel Bryan when they were having that conversation, and I wasn't sure if it was a shoot, if it was real, but he definitely talked to him like it was a shoot. That really stuck out. I think that's probably why they gave him the title in 2020 because that I think happened in 2019 in the second half of 2019. So I think there was that buzz, and they decided to pull the trigger there. But yeah, I mean, he's consistent. He is a great wrestler, and I think he's really valuable. And I think that they should give him like another. I think he needs another title run.
He's
One
that
more
world
title
heavyweight.
run. Yeah, I think he should. I mean, what do you guys think? Does he need one final serious world title run, or do you feel like he's destined to be the guy who's respected but never truly celebrated until he retires?
I mean, they can make it a giant story to just use that angle of just being this underappreciated, always there, but always the bridesmaid, never bride kind of thing, right? And
Yeah.
give him a big story, and he could pull it off because he's really good on the mic. He can show emotion, and he's really good at that. So I think it would be something to watch for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Dave, what do you think? Would you give him another world title run, or where would you put him in the current state?
I push him a little bit, but it's like where could he go? I mean, yeah, if he sneaks into, it'd be cool to see him against Cody. I don't know about Punk, or like don't really see him going against Drew McIntyre.
It'd be like a Punk.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it could be a Punk. I think it's got to be somebody who there's like some kind of history there with.
Orton.
And Punk has made, Punk has made like fun of him before, like The Miz,
Oh yeah,
the whole reality show stuff and all that.
that's
Like
true.
there's some history there and like real, like legit beef where like, I guess like he apologized to him for shit that he said. I think wasn't it The Miz where he said go suck a blood covered dick in Saudi Arabia? Like I think
Yeah.
it was him specifically. So, like
Yeah.
there's some history there. So if let's say
Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
yeah,
Take that back.
yeah, I mean, if Finn Balor beats Punk, then this is kind of moot. But I think that if he needs other challengers, I think that'd be fascinating, personally. Um, so we'll see. Maybe he'll win the Royal Rumble. The only person who's announced so far is Cody
He's the
Rhodes.
Miz.
Yeah, is the Miz. Yeah, the Miz is the winner. And
Oh,
that is
remember?
yeah,
Remember
yeah.
he was it was Punk and MJF, and Punk said something about MJF being I forget something about Miz, but he used the Miz as like a he
Yeah,
called him,
like a punchline.
yeah,
Use him as
Yeah.
a punchline.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was a good one.
So yeah, I mean, like there's that aura, like people like, and I think it's funny, like I get it because he's been like this heel, and the reality show thing. I feel like people still like can't really have him shake that kind of identity, but I feel like he deserves his flowers. He's and JBL, like I don't know if you guys have read those stories about how JBL was to the Miz when he started, but JBL was a giant asshole to him, and like Miz like talked about like how you know like he probably should have quit, like he was something else there. So like I mean this kind of shit that he went through and the consistency, and he's always needing to prove himself, like he always has to go beyond what some other guys do to prove himself. So he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. I mean he's definitely like main bill like Hall of Famer. But yeah, I think he needs one last like world title run or something, like even like like the open challenges and stuff that they've been doing for the US title. Give him another, mid card belt and help him elevate that too. Like I think he needs something there. But with that, I think we can move